Good morning. If I sound dejected, I am. My team lost. Oh, the 49ers lost. It went into overtime. They played tremendous, really tremendous. The other team at the end only played this much better than them, and that's all it took to end a tiebreaker. They went in, I mean, it was unbelievable. Unbelievable. Usually the Super Bowls, until very recently, have been a wash, in my experience. Somebody really screws up and doesn't play to their abilities. There's so much pomp and circumstance that goes on around it, and I can't imagine the distractions that were in Las Vegas. It is, and so to have a close game with no bad referee calls, I just was playing with the dog. It is raining here. Up the road a bit is a breeder that I discovered on accident on Instagram of Havanese puppies, and they have one, and he's really cute. But number one, 2, and 3, we do not need another dog. 1 is plenty for this house because of the one we have. Number 2, he does not do well with other animals. Number 3, chances are he'll like my husband better than me also. Then what am I going to do? Get another dog? It's just, they're so cute when they're puppies. I said, well, we could take him up there and let them play together and see what happens. And he's like, yeah, that's like driving a car over the weekend that you possibly might buy. And you come back and you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to buy it. I'm like, I know. But, oh my goodness. Okay. All of that to say, I've changed my mind about this next project a million times. Well, maybe 11. But, and there's no rules or anybody imposing their information on me to make a video of any kind. I wanted to challenge myself to switch mid-month and make another project. And nobody told me that this month was 29 days. I had to find that out all on my own. So I had an extra day to deal with. And I have some great ideas, but I'm thinking, I think I'm still into it's cold in here. It's raining outside. It's supposed to rain all the live long day, which means Gunner is going to have a stroke because he does not like to get his paws wet. So I'm like, okay, and I may have already done this project, but if I have, it's been a very long time. In my defense, sorry, I'm putting on a jacket. I'm cold. But I'm going to do it again. And I haven't worked in a traditional traveler's notebook in quite a while. But I don't know which one I want to use. I have 3 different ones here. This is a Cocoa Daisy, which comes with some artwork already in it. This is kind of what I want to do on Amazon. Oh, it says springtime. I don't know. See, I don't think this one applies to this project. This came with a kit of some kind that I bought. I love these. It's the right size, right kind of paper, everything. But I think that might be a no. This is the kind that you can get on Amazon. And this is just blank. And I like that. Although, this is the kind I want to make. It does not, because it has this kind of spine, rather than just stapled, it does not, well, maybe a little bit. I was going to say, it doesn't really fold out, but there's always the chance that these papers will pop out. But it seems to be okay, which might mean that this is what I use. I don't know. Then I have a traveler's notebook here that I'm really leaning towards, but this is a craft paper one. It's all craft paper. Like, okay, that might work, but I don't think I'm ready for brown today. The color of craft. So I've been looking at lady that's posted on YouTube for years and years and years. And her name is Caged Fish. If anybody has watched the early days of gluing paper to paper, she's a pioneer. And I like her process, but again, I would probably tweak it a little bit for me. But anyhow, I somehow waiting for we had problems with Spectrum yesterday. My sister's next door neighbor called them because it kept going out, the channel that the Super Bowl was going to be on. Right as the Super Bowl's getting ready to start, the pregame stuff, it went out. I'm sure they had too many people watching it all at the same time or something. I don't know. But to me, if you're Spectrum and you have commercials every 5 minutes that say how great you are, you should be able to handle the Super Bowl, right? Right. And Spectrum is probably the leading TV, used to be TV, now it's TV and internet, carrier in this area, in the South, probably. So my sister's neighbor had problems too up the road, which she's like 4 or 5 miles away. And she called them and she goes, no, they said it's going to be down to like 10 o'clock. So they went to watch the game at her daughter's house, who didn't have Spectrum. And our next door neighbor doesn't have Spectrum. He goes, well, you can come over here and watch it. And I'm like, it's got to come back. They cannot possibly screw up this badly and still be in business. But, they are a conglomerate, so they could. Anyhow. And it went out. It skipped several times in the very beginning. I was just furious. And my husband could watch it on the TV. I was trying to watch it on the app, the Spectrum app, which are the same things. I don't understand how technology works, but they're the same thing. Because I don't like watching TV with my husband because every commercial, he mutes it and or changes channels. And then when we come back, something's already happened. I can't watch that game. I specifically could not watch that game. I hate watching TV with him anyhow. The older he gets, the worse he gets at this. And I'm like, I have the remote. He said, well, you can watch it in here with me in the library. His office at home. And I'm like, really? I said, I can't watch TV with you because I said, well, give me the remote then. And anyhow, so I don't know where I was going with all that. Anyhow, our Spectrum kept going out. But anyhow, so I was watching it on my iPad. Oh, I was watching it on my iPad and most of the time. And I came across these ladies. I love looking at her work. Caged Fish. I think it's all one word. It's got a little fish, but it's a purple logo type thing. And I'm like, I'm ready to do a glue book. I don't want to think. And I just want to glue paper to paper. And I've got a little bit of a stash that I need to get rid of. I mean, I could use this stash next to me and never finish it in this book. So, all that to say, I think I'm going to do a glue book about ABCs of art. I think I have done this before. And Kirti could tell me. She knows my back catalog more than I do. But just like things that start with A in the art world, or an artist, or a technique, or whatever, and just go all the way through the alphabet. And I could do it in like 2 letters a day. So I think that's what we're going to do. I know that's what we're going to do because I already prepped a little bit. So I found some ABCs in my stash. And of course I photocopied them. And I'm going to make a little bit of a cover. So yeah, we're going to do the ABCs of art. I know I did this like maybe 2 years ago, but I didn't approach it like this, I don't think. I'm just going to glue a bunch of paper together to make a background. And I have images that I've collected from books and magazines and ephemera books and all kinds of stuff for the prompts. And I don't know if I want to put this on the outside or the inside. I think I want to put it on the inside. We're going to cover this up. So yeah, if I can ever figure out how to do self-publishing, this is how I'm going to do it. See, this was printed here. And you just send them the file of this, and they print them. And they're like $8 or $9. And then you get a portion of that back. And that's what I want to do, but I can't figure out how to, I'm learning, but it's a slow process in my little head. So I think I'm going to just kind of maybe I should have backed this with another piece of paper, or I can do that. Okay. This doesn't bother me being black with the other colors that are going on here. There, the ABCs of art. Okay, so A in my world is apple because I use my iPad a lot. I use it a lot in Procreate. I use it a lot to research stuff. I look up things. I love learning by journaling, and that comes in handy with the Apple product. And I am an Apple product person. I know that's going to upset some people, but I'm the only one in my family that's an Apple product person. My husband said he would never have an Apple product. And I'm like, well, that's the reason why I can't use your phone and you can't use mine. Okay, so now I have my apple. And I'm going to find some paper and just kind of collage a background and put that on top. And that's how I'm going to do the whole kit and caboodle here. Here's a book page that I might put down as a base. So let me put that down with double-sided tape. So I was a little upset with the kicker for the 49ers. I've been upset with him a lot this year. He's unpredictable. He missed a field goal early in the game, which, I mean, he did some longer ones and he survived, but it made them. But I'm telling you what, my heart was broken last night. And I didn't watch any of the after-game celebration stuff. Taylor was there. I know she was because they showed her several times. But I was so upset. I was like, I'm not watching any of this. So I didn't hear any speeches or anything. And I probably won't for a couple days. Okay. I need to cut this. So it was a good game until overtime. I could see the handwriting on the wall. I'm like, ooh, they're really connecting. And I mean, I don't bemoan Mahomes. I'm a poet and I don't even know it. I don't bemoan him and his talent at all. I just didn't want him to win last night. I mean, and I like Travis Kelce too. I just didn't want them to win last night. But they did. Okay. It's going to be a long day if I can't even figure out how to cut this. Okay. Let's not start upside down. All right, we have that. I think I'm just going to put this right here to make it heavy. All right. And maybe I'll color code them a little bit. Should I have like red for apples? Or it could be green for apples, I guess. My husband's slamming the front door. This is not my artwork, but it's a printable from somebody else, and I just love it. And it has red on it, so we're going to go with that for part of it. what they're doing out there, but he keeps slamming the door. Now he's talking to the dog. Gunner does not like to get his paws wet at all. I'm still going through this pile that's sitting next to me here. But yeah, so I have to buy the lady in Missouri when we go to our retreat a spool of thread because I lost the bet. One of the ladies that is has been going as long as I have lives west of Kansas City in Kansas, and she's like, hey, you want to bet on the football game? She goes, are you a Chiefs fan? I'm like, no, I'm a 49ers fan. I said, you want to make a bet? She goes, that's what I was going to ask you. I said, well, we can. I said, how about a spool of thread? She goes, perfect. Because I'm obviously a big time gambler here. I think I'm going to punch another circle out of here. So this is going to be a glue book. And with an ephemera piece that reminds me of something from the current letter. I think. But it's kind of just fun to glue paper to paper, if you ask me. And I need something else. I need a kind of a buffer from the of a thinking project. And all these other reds coming together are kind of pretty. Oh, here's a good one. I'm going to cut out this wavy brush mark here. Ooh, yeah. Except that's really close to that one. Let's move some of these around a little bit. Okay, that's good. Just so we have a red thing going on for our apple, which is definitely not red. I need something else right there. But yeah, if you're interested in glue books, Caged Fish. She doesn't post as much as she used to. I think she posts a little bit in January because she did Junk Journal January. Or Glue Book January or something she came up with too. I need something right there. And she doesn't she's not in the YouTube world as much as she used to be. If she's somewhere else, I don't know. Possibly Facebook. I am not a Facebook person, nor ever will be. But that might be where she is. I don't know. But she has beautiful books, I think. If you can call gluing paper to paper, which I think you can, call it that beautiful. Hmm. Just try not to have a bunch of same shapes together. And I want to put this behind something. I think I'm going to kind of start to glue these down a little bit to each other, just so that I can not forget what pattern. Oh shoot. So much for that idea. What pattern they go in. Since I just tipped them all. All right, these three go in a row. I'm going to put those right there. This comes down here. I better put this all down first. So far, they're just stuck to each other. Oh. I took a picture of a daffodil in our front garden from flower bed before my husband kind of pulled some of it up to redo the railroad ties, and I forgot to post it, so I'm going to put it on here, but it's like 2 or 3 days old. But it's still a pretty little daffodil. Yesterday was almost 70 degrees. So it was like 67 in the late afternoon. Jeez, winter is crazy. So can anybody guess what B's going to be? I might not do B until tomorrow, since I did the cover and talked a bunch. Depends on how long this video is. I don't know. I try to make them kind of the same length. 17, 18, 19, 20 minutes. See? That's just a beautiful piece of red paper if you ask me. Now, should we put it on green? Now that would look too Christmassy for a green apple, but I do have some beautiful paper that I made on Tomoe River paper, but it's not the right color. Since I don't have to stay in this stash anymore, see what's behind me, and I found this. It's a lot of the same tones because I use the same supplies, but at times there's different colors mixed in. There's different patterns. There's different thicknesses. I don't know. Textures. Ooh, red washi tape. I bet you I have some red washi tape. Hold on. Try not to step on a stupid tripod thing. And I've cut all these edges. That doesn't mean they're going to all be cut the whole month, or the whole project, but today they're cut. And there's a little bit of gold in there too. And then I have all these red dots, which are shades of pinks and oranges as well as red. And this just adds more fodder for your eye to find by doing stuff like that with the little dots. Kind of refines it a little bit. New word for you, refine. Let's see what we can find that's red in here. In our tiny box of scraps. Ooh, What's this right here? A piece of paper that I painted. Okay. Kind of want something right here. This is kind of like making a crazy quilt, which is right up my alley. A little bit of it can show, again, for texture. Maybe overlap onto that one. Yeah, okay. So you can see different book texts in here, different kinds of papers, iridescent shapes. I think the more you add, the better. Ooh, here's a Gucci picture out of Rolling Stone, somebody's clothing. I wonder if we can make this work. Got a lot of purple in it, but it's a little too dark, in my opinion, in my untrained eye's opinion. But this is a challenge as far as just finding enough cohesive stuff and making it work. Ooh, what's this right here? That is the outline of a sticker, but it's pink. Like a speech bubble. Who taught me this? I think James Burke. Don't throw these parts away either. Save everything. Because now, even though it's pink, it's still going to add some texture. And if you put it over the intersection of a couple pages, it looks kind of cool. If I do say so myself. Thank you, James Burke. Ooh, what's this? No. Oh, you never know. You never, absolutely never know. My friends, my best friend that I've been friends with since like the 3rd or 2nd grade, our mothers were best friends. Her mother passed away last year at 6 days away from 99. But in 90, when was this? I was at her 95th birthday party. This was one of her cakes. But anyhow, there was cookies made for the kids that were red envelopes with her month of her birth. This was before COVID. So it was my mom had already died. It was 2019. She was 95. But I'm going to take some of this red. And I have other copies of these pictures. These are extras. It's on real film. But my friend's mother, who was practically another mother to me, is going to be in here. Because she's red. Her mom is Chinese. And partially Chinese, but mostly Chinese. And so the red envelopes were, oh, Happy Chinese New Year. You're the dragon. Oh my gosh. See? You could have glued this to your Hobonichi. You could have glued this to anything about an Apple product, or, you know, I got a new iPhone or whatever. Or you could make a red as in apple red journal page and put the logo on here and call it an art supply for the letter A. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to put anything behind it now because there's so much other layers going on here. I'm good with just that. A. Apple? Yes. That is an art supply. Oh, this is where these books come from. Allie's Scraps. And I've gotten a couple of them. She's got them on. And she's a big like Bible journaler. From what I can tell. But she did some of these. These were done in 2020. But I really like them. I like that idea. And there's more paper in here. I don't know how many pages are in here, but it's more than a traveler's notebook. So this will not be completely full. But I love this. So, A, done. Tomorrow, B and C. What are B and C? What is C? I happen to have a bunch of photocopies over here. I know what B is. Do I not have a C? I don't think I have a C. Oh, here it is. Here it is, here it is, here it is. Okay, in my plethora of antique stuff, I have an art supply book. Let's see if we can find canvases in here. This was in the book. Stencil paper, 10 cents a sheet. Crayons, I don't want to do crayons because I already have something thought out for that. That applies somewhere else. Okay, do they have... This is from... Here's the color circle, color chart, in black and white. I think this was... It's in the 50s, I think, or 60s. Canvas. Canvas boards, 13. Okay. $12, $13. Canvas boards. Should we just cut that out? There isn't a picture of one. Rats. But I get points for being antique, right? Right. I don't know what year this was. All right, I'm gonna canvas in rolls. Oh, that would be cool. And it's easy to cut out. $12. 6 yards. Yeah, I aren't gonna get that anymore. Okay, here's our C. Let's see if we can figure out how old this thing is. Wonder if Hammett's Art Supplies in Cambridge, Massachusetts is still there. Oh, and here's corrections. Is there a date on that? 1952, 1953 art catalog. Cool. Okay. I'm going to keep that around in case I decide to use some more out of there. All right, so here's our C. Anybody guess what B is? I'm not going to tell you till tomorrow. Cliffhanger. Thanks for watching. Bye.